Next match, super important for the long play here. Lots of storylines here. And you're talking about Imperium earlier, kind of the separation between Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther plays into this match possibly, as he takes on Sheamus and Bron Breakker. Obviously, Breakker, the current Intercontinental Champion. Sheamus won Intercontinental Championship away from a Grand Slam title. Is now the time? Because you're going to give it to him eventually. Is now the time, or are they going to wait till Mania? Probably, maybe, no. I don't know. Let's talk about it. Sheamus. Can we all agree? What a career. Like, I'm not a huge fan of him, but I respect the hustle and I respect the endurance and the longevity in this business. It's unheard of. Like, this guy, and he's an ambassador. You never see him in the news in a bad way. There's no TMZ videos of him beating up his better half. You know what I mean? He just seems like a good guy, and he's kept in character consistently. You know what I mean? They haven't had to do a 180 with him. It's basically been the same guy forever. And I admire that. Booch, but as far as this match goes, what say you?
Well, the only difference Sheamus ever had was his hairstyle. He had a
big difference.
Yeah, that's it. But I want to say that Sheamus is forever in my good graces because he's the reason I have this chair. He's always in my good graces. I will never have a bad thing to say about Sheamus. But when I look at this match, and Des and I was talking about this. This was tougher to call than anything else on the card for me. This is probably the hardest one for me to call because there's so many different scenarios. But I Kaiser, but I don't know if he's ready to be a champion yet. The Intercontinental title is definitely in his future. I don't think it's right now. I'm looking at Bron Breakker, and I feel like he's been getting dominant since getting the belt back. I wasn't happy when he lost it the first time, but it's in the past. Sheamus, it feels right. Like, for some reason, it just feels like I said, he won the WWE title at Survivor Series 10 years ago. Cashing in Money in the Bank. I feel like what better way to top that than to have him become the Grand Slam champion. So there's this very strong feeling that I have here. And Braun doesn't have to be involved in the decision. Sheamus can just pin Kaiser.
That's right.
A way to work around it. If it was Sheamus and Braun one-on-one, I'd probably go with Breakker, so I don't see him losing the belt anytime soon. But in this case, you can have Sheamus have his moment, and Braun can eventually move on to something else. I know the world title could definitely be in his future. Hell, maybe it's, assuming Cena wins it at WrestleMania, maybe Braun's the guy that takes it from him. And they could train Braun for that. Give him a couple rivalries, really build him up, show that he doesn't need the Intercontinental title, and when the time is right, have him become the world champion. So I'm feeling lucky because I've been on a roll as the champ. And, Dez is taking a lot of risks, so I feel like I need to take one as well. I'm going with Sheamus. I say he wins the Grand Slam.
And you're saying he wins it and Kaiser takes the fall?
Yes, to protect Braun.
All right. Damaski and Lycan, what say you, sir?
Just like I said before, because me and Vinny talked about this was the one match that I told him without a shadow of a doubt I knew which one I was locking in. And it's a lot of what he said. Braun Breakker is fine. He can take the loss as long as he's not the one taking the pin. And Kaiser, right now, he's a hell of a talent, but he's still technically playing second fiddle to Gunther. So, to me, I'm gonna go with my heart. I want to see Sheamus win this. I want to see him become the Grand Slam champion. And I'm getting to that point where, if not now, then when? Because you can't just keep putting it off. People, once again, you keep losing in that big match, people will lose faith in you. I think we're gonna see a brogue kick. We're gonna see Sheamus pin Kaiser in the middle of that ring. 1, 2, 3, new champion.
Wow. I'm so freaking inspired right now by you guys. Like I love listening to how this is going to unfold. I'm getting into your prefrontal cortex, your cerebellums. I'm diving in. It's like the magic school bus. You remember when you're going through, and I'm seeing all the everything unfold and all the sparks fly, and I love it. I'm having a hard time though right now because I think despite winning at Survivor Series, like you said a decade ago, Booch, that's a great thing. And what better time, right? I think there is a better time, and that's WrestleMania. And for that reason and that reason alone, I think they're going to wait for Sheamus. It's going to happen. He's not going to not be a Grand Slam champion, guys. Come on. We all know this. It's just a matter of when. And is it now? And I think it's only been just over a month since Breakers won this championship, if I'm not mistaken. It's too soon. Too soon. And for that reason, this sounds crazy to say I'm going out on a limb to say the incumbent is retaining. But I am going to say that Bron Breakker retains his Intercontinental Championship after Saturday afternoon. And I say that Ludwig takes the pinfall. Because we can't have Sheamus take the pin. It doesn't make sense. If they do that, this show's over. Show's over. We'll do it live. Just kidding. The show won't be over. But you know what I mean. It would be stupid. It would be awful. Right? And what does it accomplish? So that's I guess that would be my tiebreaker, that Ludwig Kaiser takes the pin.
But we all agree that Ludwig's taking the pin.
Yeah, it sucks for him too, because he's on the come up also. It's almost like, dang, I hate to see anybody take a pin in this match. You know what I mean?